It's the man YSN, and you're listening to YSN Radio. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I know what time it is, man. You're rocking with the man YSN, and you're tuning into the episode of YSN Radio, the coolest podcast in the South, man. We are back in here with another episode. It has been a very eventful week. A very eventful week nonetheless, man. What happened over the weekend? Did some hosted a little gig at Elysium Rooftop Lounge. Shout out to Black Sea Worldwide for having me, man. Super dope spot. Hopefully, Labor Day weekend's coming up. Hopefully, I can come back with some more good news, man. But yeah, it has been pretty eventful. Once again, still just out here networking and trying to make things happen, man. Taking it one day at a time. You feel me? Just getting used to how Atlanta goes, man. You know, because this is a different beast. Atlanta definitely is a different beast, man. But I got a lot to talk about. Today, man. So let's just go ahead and jump straight into it, bro. So you've seen the news. It's been all over everywhere, man. So part 2 of the Young Dolph murder trial picked up last week with Hernandez Govan being brought to trial. He was accused of being the mastermind of the entire Young Dolph hit, being accused of hiring Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith to carry it out. Pretty much orchestrated the whole thing is what he was being accused of. Stood trial last week and was found not guilty of all charges. Got off scot-free, man. And honestly, bro, I think that's just absolutely ridiculous because I watched a little bit of the trial, and pretty much I feel like he got off because there was not enough evidence to particularly support him being the one that put him, being the one who was orchestrating the whole thing. Because even though Cornelius Smith hit the stand, spilled all the beans like he did the first time he hit the stand against Justin Johnson, he pretty much got on the stand and told the same story. But the defense team, Govan's defense team, poked a few holes in his logic, talking about, like, I guess there was a missing receipt because he said he went to AutoZone and got a car cover and little minute stuff. But one thing that really stuck out to me that I think really put the nail in the coffin not really the nail in the coffin, or that got Govan off, was pretty much he was suggesting that all the testimony had pointed towards Big Jook was the one who initially put the hit out. He was the one who initially wanted Dolph gone, who had the bread put up. You feel me? But as we all know, Big Jook got killed like 2 years ago. And when he was when his defense attorney was talking to the Memphis police, he literally said they never questioned Big Jook at all. So it was like, well, how are y'all trying to put Govan in jail when everybody's got on the stand said it was all Big Jook? And y'all never questioned him. Now he's dead. He can't talk. So I think, honestly, that probably was the final nail in the coffin that sealed the deal for the not guilty verdict, man. But I think this is one of those situations where even though, yes, he got off, we all know, bro. We all know, man. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy because, like, I don't know, bro. It's just like, it's really sad to see because, you know, of course, Young Dolph meant so much to so many people, bro. Not only just Memphis, but like he had millions of fans around the world, you know, and it's like, it's kind of like a slap in the face to not only his fans, but really his family, you know. It's like, was justice really served? Was justice really served? All the evidence, all the testimony that pointed towards Govan and his involvement in the situation, man. Like, I don't know, bro. It's very unsettling to see they let him go, bro. And it's even crazier that now Govan is free hitting media platforms. He's on Vlad TV. The interview just dropped. Of course, Vlad does it to where he drops instead of dropping the full interview at first, he releases like 25 parts of 2-3 minute clips of the interview before putting out the whole thing. But from the clips that he has dropped, Govan of course is talking about his dealings with Big Jug, Justin Johnson, pretty much everyone involved in the murder case. But when Vlad had asked him, what was your relationship with Yo Gotti? Immediately he goes, I've never met Yo Gotti, never talked to him before. Yeah, okay, bro. How you close with his brother but never met him? Never met the man. I just think I just think that's fishy, bro. But what really got me, so he goes on Instagram Live, literally like the day after, or 2 days after, beating the trial, winning a trial, and goes on live with this other YouTuber named Seti Nash. Pretty much threatens to kill him. They started going back and forth. He said he didn't appreciate all the videos and all the different things he made about him, suggesting that he had something to do with it, and then threatened to kill him. Said he was like, take all this podcast money and put on his life insurance. It's like, bro, you just beat a murder. You just beat a murder, and the first thing you do is run to Instagram Live and threaten a nigga, bro. They both going back and forth, trying, just trying. I don't know. It's stupid, bro. Stupid, man. But honestly, bro, I just think it's super sad to see. I think it's a spit in the face to Dolph and his family, and I know a lot of people are saying street justice will prevail, which it might, because Paper Route has definitely been spanking ass, to say the least, man. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. You could, there's plenty of videos out there that shows them niggas have not been playing since Dolph got picked off, man. But, but honestly, man, it's nobody wants to see more people die, more murder, more death. You know what I mean? Like, it's been enough. There's been enough, but I don't think justice was served in this case, man. And I think, this is just due to poor police work for the Memphis Police Department, man. It's like very poor police work. How do you not, like, what's crazy is, so when Justin Johnson was on trial, who was one of the shooters of Young Dolph, they had phone records, they had surveillance footage of this nigga, literally from the moment they killed Dolph, literally until this nigga skipped town. They had him on tape, jumping out the car, doing what he's doing, did what he did, and then they got him at the apartment, going to the apartment complex after to get patched up because Dolph's brother had shot them both. And then they got this nigga on film packing his bags and leaving. They got the phone records for everybody that they called throughout that entire time. They got literally his every move that he made, step by step, documented and recorded. You would think that they would have the same amount of finite details for Govan when he was supposedly supposed to be the mastermind of the whole thing, man. At the very least, if everybody is saying that Big Jook was the one who initially put the hit out, you would think that they would question him. They was questioning everybody else. Why not question him? And of course, Jook is, dead and gone now, so there's nothing they can do about that. But you would think they had 2 years before that happened to do something about it. But that ship sailed, man. And I don't know, bro. I think this is very, 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 very poor police work, man. And, in this case, it led to one of the suspects getting off. You feel me? Which I think it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But what can you do? What can you do, man? But Oh man. Prayers out to Young Dolph and his family, man, and the whole paper route crew. Justice definitely was not served in this case at all, man. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what else comes of it. There's more interviews that I'm sure is going to come out. He said he's going to hit no jumper. Like I said, the Vlad interview is being released periodically in clips, man. So maybe there's more to the case that we just don't know about. There's plenty of other theories and not even theories, people just flat out from Memphis just flat out talking about like possible motives and different things like that, man. So I think the truth will definitely come out. You feel me? It's only been a few days, so we'll have to see. Either way, super sad, bro. Super sad, man. But moving on. Speaking of jail and prison, Blueface went viral. Did you guys see Blueface's pictures that dropped from prison, man? It's so crazy, bro. Like these pictures of Blueface is funny to me because you could just look at him and tell that he's in there having the time of his life. This nigga's in there having a blast. And it's crazy because just a few weeks ago, I seen that they was doing an interview with Blueface while he's standing on the yard in whatever prison he was in. And he was talking about, I'm taking it one day at a time, just enjoying the experience. Nigga, you're in prison. What about that experience is enjoyable? Like, this is one of the only niggas that just like, it seems like he just went to jail for the plot. You look at the pictures, bro. This nigga is buff as hell. His whole face is tatted. Nigga, his whole face is tatted up. In the pictures doing Shawn Michael poses. Like, this nigga's in there having a ball. A ball. I feel like this nigga is probably like, but right before he gets out, he might stab a guard just so he can stay in there just a little bit longer. Oh no, bro. But what the hell is wrong with Blueface, man? But yeah, those pictures were insane, bro. Insane, man. Oh, bro. Moving on. Did you guys see Cracker Barrel has fucked up tremendously? Cracker Barrel has fucked up tremendously, man. They have, if you've not seen it, Cracker Barrel has rebranded, completely washed away everything that made Cracker Barrel Cracker Barrel. Now, if you're not from the South, there's only like 600 Cracker Barrel locations throughout the America. But in the South, Cracker Barrel is the bee's knees, bro. Love it. I used to work there in college, have eaten there my entire life. Cracker Barrel is awesome. Now, they have changed the logo. The original logo had, I think the guy's name was Uncle Herschel, and sitting next to a barrel. All that's gone. They changed the font of the and like the whole design of the logo, and they're even switching up the designs of the stores, which is insane. So like if you've never been to a Cracker Barrel before, its entire theme is like old country, old Southern culture. You go in, they got like the store where they got candy, clothes, toys and shit, man. And then you go into the dining room, they got all these artifacts. It's like a Southern museum of if you will, like paintings and old tools and different things like that. It definitely seemed like, you step back in time. Maybe that old country feel, rocking chairs outside, man, a fireplace going. Now, like you look at the pictures, not only did they change the logo, they're just completely stripping away the old country feeling from the dining room, painting them white, taking all the decorations off the walls and putting like just regular booths and tables and shit in there. That's not Cracker Barrel. That's not what I don't care. Like, and this is like, I don't know if this is their way of trying to get with the times or be woke. You feel me? Which is like, and with that whole thing, like, if this is Cracker Barrel trying to be woke, this is not the way to do it. This is not the way to do it. Why is it that every time these brands try to be woke or try to be sensitive, they just end up just taking away shit nobody cared about in the first place? Like, look at Aunt Jemima pancake mix and syrup. We didn't care. Well, at least I didn't. Or Uncle Ben's. They were changing Aunt Jemima to Pearl Milling Company. Uncle Ben's, I don't know what Uncle Ben's rice is now, but like they changed that. And and I know you could argue like the origins of Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben do come from like racist caricatures of black people. But like we got more serious shit to worry about than the mascot on a pancake mix, on pancakes or rice. The Native Americans, they changing sports teams names, like the Cleveland Indians, the Washington Redskins. Well, Redskins was a slur, but still, they changed the Cleveland Indians to the Guardians. The Redskins to the they were the Washington football team for the longest. Now they're the Commanders. You feel me? And I do believe that the Cleveland Indians, like the Native Americans in that area came out and said, "Bro, what the fuck? We had no problem with it." And it's and now we're seeing it happen with Cracker Barrel, making unnecessary changes to shit nobody cared about, for the sake of being woke, and is doing nothing but damaging their brand. Within the last few days since Cracker Barrel has announced their rebrand, they have lost over $100 million in stocks. Their stocks have plummeted. Lost over $100 million since they announced the rebrand. Who was this rebrand for? Clearly, you're pushing away your customer base. For what? The old country store feeling is insensitive? To who? To who? If them as long as they not changing the recipe to the pancakes, I don't give a fuck what's on the walls. I'm just keeping it a band. I love Cracker Barrel pecan pancakes. I go to Cracker Barrel for Cracker Barrel shit. You know how many other you take away the country, you take the country out of Cracker Barrel, all that's left is a fucking IHOP. The damn old country diner. That's it. What are we doing? Is that supposed to make me feel better as a black man because they're taking away all the old Southern decorations? Is that supposed to make me feel more invited? I was already going. And then I don't know, maybe, and I see like some black people was on Facebook saying that like Cracker Barrel was racist and they got like these code words to keep black people from sitting down and eating. And let me just sit here and debunk all that shit, bro, because first of all, Cracker Barrel is not racist. Both of my parents have worked at Cracker Barrel. My mom served tables there. My dad literally ran an entire Cracker Barrel location in Jackson, Tennessee when I was in high school. I served tables at Cracker Barrel in college. There was so many niggas that worked there. White people, of course. But this whole notion that Cracker Barrel is like this racist place that we're not welcome at, it's just bullshit. It's crazy. Crazy. And now look. They smelling themselves. They lost 100 M's for the stupid ass rebrand. People come for the food, but the atmosphere, the experience, the ambiance is second. Food and customer service in restaurants, I feel like, is number 1 and 2. But in the environment, the atmosphere makes up the big 3 of what makes a restaurant successful. Do you have good food? Do you have good customer service? And do you have good atmosphere? I loved Cracker Barrel because of the atmosphere. Even though, yes, the old South was not friendly to black people, but the feeling, oh man, Cracker Barrel was awesome. Going there as a kid, playing with the toys and shit, then going in, the fire's rumbling. You give me a fat ass plate of pancakes, bro. I should have known something was happening. I should have known Cracker Barrel was going to be on some bullshit, because the reason why I stopped working at Cracker Barrel in the first place was because they started selling alcohol. Cracker Barrel used to only sell soft drinks, water and juice and soda, tea, coffee. I was working there, and they started putting alcohol on the menus, and which wasn't a problem at first, because I already have my ABC license, right? And for those of you who don't know, you have to have an ABC license in the state of Tennessee. It might be called something different in other states, but in Tennessee, it was called the ABC license. And that was the license that you needed if you were either serving tables or bartending, that gave you the legal right to serve alcohol. So I already had that because I'd been serving tables throughout college. So I'm thinking I'm good because I got it certified through the state. You got to take a test, pay a fee. It's a whole thing, right? So I'm thinking I'm straight. I bring my license in, show the manager, and they go, no, you got to get a different ABC license. It's like $80, and you got to take a whole nother test. What the fuck you mean I got to take another test and pay another fee? I already got the damn license. I quit. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm not paying $80 for some shit I already got. The state of Tennessee, if I could take this same ABC license I'm showing you and fucking pour shots at the club, I can't use this same license to sell a fucking beer at Cracker Barrel? Kiss my ass. I should have known they was going to be on some bullshit then. I should have known they was going to be on some bullshit then. Now look. Should have sat there and ate your fucking food, Cracker Barrel. That's what y'all get. That's what y'all get, man. But oh boy, moving on. Back around my hometown, my neck of the woods, Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know if you guys seen Meatball caused a lot of ruckus a couple of days ago, man. Apparently she was in Nashville. She tried to pull up to Link and got turned away because she was tacky. First off, shout out to my man JG, one of the owners of Link. Also the Bros, Root to the Qs. I had the privilege of playing at Link myself. I DJ'd K Carbon's album release party last summer. Once again, shout out to my man Sunny D for putting me on that show. Rest in peace. But yeah, so if you haven't been to Link, it's a club in Nashville, super dope spot. And it's popping, man. They always got something going on. They always got celebrities pulling up. You feel me? Nashville itself is popping, bro. So last week, Meatball tries to pull up to Link and gets turned away. Now, if you're not familiar with who Meatball is, she is a social media personality. She's been on Baddies, I think she was on Baddies. Definitely on Drewski's Could Have Been Love. And her whole persona, she's like she's funny. Don't get me wrong, she's funny. But like her whole thing is like this like a Philly hood rat. Like I don't really know how else to describe her that's not gonna sound mean as fuck, but like her whole aesthetic, her whole persona is like a dirty hood rat from Philly. And like she shows up in to the club in a white tee, some boxers, flip-flops, and a bonnet on. Now Meatball, I don't give a fuck who you are. There's no way you show up to the club in a t-shirt and drawers thinking they gonna let you in. You showed up to the club looking like a broke ass young Jeezy, thinking they gonna let you in because you Meatball. First off, like I get it. Yes, that's Meatball. She's it's her. But let's have some decorum. What happened to decorum? What happened to shame? In what world would that be okay? If there was literally, I mean, shit, not even if it was anybody else, it happened to her. But like anybody else pull up to the club in a damn white tee and some drawers, get your ass back in the car. No one in their right mind would try to get into the club wearing some bullshit like that. Literally, you just rolled out of bed and walk to the and you finna walk into the club. Come on now, bro. Come on now, man. And it's like, and I think, this is a byproduct of people being hyping up the wrong shit. I think this is what you get when people hype up bullshit for so long. People think they can just get away with the most egregious offenses. And this is honestly Natalie Nunn's fault. This has Natalie Nunn written all over it. Okay? Like I said, let me look it up. Let me make sure. Was Meatball on Baddies? I really do think she was on Baddies. If I'm not mistaken, I was. Yeah, Meatball was on Baddies. Baddies Caribbean, season 5. This has Natalie Nunn written all over it. I've said time and time again, Natalie Nunn deserves the worst because she has single-handedly, her and Lemon Drop, whoever the fuck runs Zeus, has poisoned the black community with that show. And it has all the people attached to the show thinking that it's just perfectly okay going out in public, just being raggedy bitches, bro. Like, you show up to the club in t-shirt and drawers, and then they tell you, hell to the no. You go on live and start crying and complaining, saying they're discriminating and all this extra shit, looking for attention. You showed up to the club in your drawers, boxers, and a t-shirt, looking like you getting ready to check the mail or cut the grass. You go to the club. I'm happy they stood on business. I'm happy they stood on business. JG literally said he don't care who you are. You come out to the club, you had to put that shit on. And I applaud him for choosing convictions over profits. Most people would have just folded. Oh, it's Meatball from Baddies. Come on in. Oh, we got Meatball here. No. Finally, someone stood up for what's right. Shout out to the bruhs, man. Shout out to the bruhs for standing on business. Meatball, you was dead wrong. You was dead wrong. I live in Atlanta. I can only imagine a nigga trying to get into one of the clubs down here dressed like that, bro. There's no way in hell. There is no way in hell you thought that was okay. And then in the video, she got her mama over here talking about, where's the owner? Where's the owner? This is wrong. This isn't right. This isn't right. Let's just look in the mirror, bro. Let's look. This is one of the things where you just gotta look. Just what are we talking about? Meatball, you was wrong. Meatball, you were dead ass wrong. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, man. Oh man. But moving on into some more serious matter. We've been cutting up all episodes. Moving on to some more serious matters. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen what Donald Trump has been doing in DC and what he's planning to do in Chicago. But this nigga's tripping, bro. So he recently, like a week or two ago, announced that he was going to start sending military and federal agents through the rough neighborhoods of DC to, quote, make them safer and get all the criminals off the street and reduce crime. Which, on the surface, is great. It's a great idea, you know, like, especially if you living in the hood, niggas is robbing and shooting every day. Like, yes, let's make the hood safer. You know, there's nothing wrong with wanting a safer neighborhood for your kids, for your parents, for yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, here's where the problem lies. By Trump sending these militarizing, literally calling martial law on these urban cities, although yes, it is to make them safer and to reduce crime in those areas, it is a dangerous, slippery slope. A very dangerous, slippery slope. For matters I'm pretty sure we can all predict. Now, these are predominantly black neighborhoods, right? Predominantly black neighborhoods. And the videos are showing these people are literally pulling up in vans and trucks and just rounding up black people off the corner and taking them to jail. Which, like I said, under the guise of making neighborhoods safer and reducing crime, I can't argue with that, but the methods are such a slippery slope because there's no due process being given. They're literally just rounding people up just for being outside and stopping and frisking, like violating the Fourth Amendment. Like literally, they're just jumping out and arresting people just for being outside. Oh, we're making the neighborhood safer. The methods that you're doing just implies that the neighborhoods are safer because there's less black people. You're locking up the black people. Now the neighborhoods are safer. You're not necessarily going after criminals. You're not necessarily, are you there's I haven't seen them partnering with the local police departments or local police agencies and cracking down on investigations, or going to and finding people with active warrants. No, they're sweeping niggas up off the street and taking them to jail just because you're outside, you look suspicious, you got to go. That's so dangerous. That's so dangerous because it effectively puts a target on the backs of Black Americans for simply existing. Yes, if you do round up 100 Black people off the street and 20 of them happen to be criminals, great. That still leaves 80% of that group falsely in prison under very, very, very racist pretenses. And with the internet being how it is right now, especially Twitter, which is pretty much a safe haven for right-wing extremists, racists, and dog whistles, and they're taking this as it's just like fodder for them. Especially now, like I don't know, maybe if it's just my feed, it can't just be my feed. It doesn't matter who you follow. These racists pop up on my timeline, and like I had seen a video where it was like they roll up in this neighborhood. It's like 10, 11 o'clock at night. People just out, just chilling on the porch. Chilling. Police jump out, start rounding them all up. And the dude that posted it was like, what kind of law-abiding citizen is out on their porch at 11 o'clock at night? And I'm supposed to feel bad for, like, they're getting off. They're getting off. And it pretty much, like, this whole thing is fueling these racist narratives about us that we're all, like, Black Americans are all dangerous criminals and we should all be locked up. And it's crazy, man, because they're even posting the people that they arrest on the official White House Twitter account. Like, they had this one nigga like literally on the ground in cuffs, face, full name on full display. Oh, this is such and such, and he had a gun. The DC streets are much safer with him behind bars. Like, again, there's nothing wrong with wanting to make neighborhoods safer. But I feel like there are much more effective ways to go about this than just rounding up Black people at will. It's putting a target on our backs. And I feel like this is shades of the Jim Crow era when there was vagrancy laws and anti-loitering laws. So, brief history lesson. So, post-slavery, during the Jim Crow era, there were vagrancy laws put in place that pretty much outlawed being poor, homeless, and then loitering laws put in place that punish, quote, idle behavior. So these laws were specifically put in place for formerly enslaved Blacks who could not get jobs because of the laws put in place. Black people couldn't get jobs after slavery unless it was for their old masters or handiwork of some sort. They couldn't get normal jobs like white people could. So a lot of Black people were out of work. So what they did was they put laws in place where it was pretty much illegal for Black people to not work. Black people just will be homeless out on the street trying to just out. They outlawed it. So boom. Now we're not giving you any, like, you're not allowed to get jobs. You're not allowed to read. You're not allowed to do anything that will put yourself in a better position financially or socially in any way, because they literally put all these laws in place to stack the deck against us, and then put these vagrancy laws in place and the Black codes that will literally just made it be illegal to be Black in public. Massive incarcerations. And with the 13th Amendment, with that clause in there where slavery was legal if it was being used, I'm drawing a blank, The 13th Amendment. So although outright slavery was illegal, the loophole stated it was okay under the guise if it was under imprisonment. So all these black people are free from slavery. They can't get jobs. They can't get homes. They put vagrancy laws in place where it's illegal to be jobless and homeless. So, of course, you have black people walking the streets with nothing to do. Idle behavior is now outlawed. They arrest them, put them in prison. Now you're subjected to free labor in your state property. It was a loophole to keep black people enslaved. Put them on the railroads. They're digging ditches. They're doing, like, literally building the country under the guise of, oh, you broke the law. Fast forward to today. Oh, well, we want to make the neighborhood safer, which is great. Once again, it's great. But the methods are very much shades of the anti-vagrancy laws. Black people just standing out on the street getting rounded up and taken to jail. Being outside isn't a crime. Committing crimes is a crime. You know, it's super dangerous, man. And then, like, you're militarizing these neighborhoods. You're militarizing these neighborhoods, literally calling martial law on these neighborhoods, sending military and federal agents into the neighborhoods to round up black people, similar to what you're doing with the Hispanics and the mass deportations with ICE. Now, the problem with that is, so I was watching the Grits and X podcast with Deontay Kyle, and he had someone call in talking about the same situation where he pretty much said the problem with these military and federal agents coming into these neighborhoods is they have no ties to the neighborhood. They don't know what's going on. They don't know these people. They have no ties to the neighborhood. So they're literally just going in and just nabbing niggas just freely. Presidential orders, you got to go. That's so dangerous, man, because granted, imagine you're just taking a midnight walk. Oh, you look suspicious. Now you're locked up for walking at night. What did I do wrong? Walking while, you know, so like now they're going into Chicago, which once again, Chicago could use some work, but who's to say that now everyone is hip to what's going on? Everybody just stays in the house until they leave and it all goes back to normal. Who knows, man? Who knows? What would be the right way to go about this? What would be the right way to go about this? Granted, yes, the government could use its resources to put back into underserved communities, the schools, community centers, job opportunities. Could definitely solve a lot of problems in crime-ridden areas, because if you look at statistics, crime statistics over time, crime has gone down significantly nationwide. Which shows that in areas where there are high crime rates are usually very poor neighborhoods. Which leads me to believe that these crimes are being committed out of necessity or poverty crimes. Niggas robbing because they can't eat. There's no jobs. The educational opportunities are slim or barren. People are poor. When people are poor, they get desperate. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. Am I justifying it? Absolutely not. But we have to be honest about what's the stem of the issues in these neighborhoods. These things aren't just waking up and deciding to tear. No, this is years upon years upon years upon years upon years of systematic setbacks and oppression that is on full display. Spoke about it a few episodes ago. The lasting effects of the crack epidemic. We're still seeing that to this day. Now, these underserved communities are just that, underserved. The schools are poor. There's no job opportunities. There's literally, they're poor. They're poor. Let's start there. not just round everybody up and take them to jail. That's just putting a crazy ass band-aid over the problem. Now we're going to have overcrowded jails. Granted, if you want to get into that, it just fuels the private prison industry. But either way it goes, man, this entire thing, like I said, I can't argue with wanting these neighborhoods to be safer. I can't argue with that at all. But the methods in which they're going about it are extremely flawed and dangerous, and it's putting a target on our backs, man. What do you think? Am I wrong? Let me know. Moving on to some happier news. Well, not really news. Getting into some music reviews. A lot of good music has dropped the last couple weeks. Offset. What a guy, man. So Offset just dropped a new album titled Kiari. And it is amazing. I can't even lie, bro. This Offset album goes crazy. Probably his best solo project that he's put out, in my personal opinion, man. Some of my favorite songs on there are Pills with NBA Youngboy, Bodies with JID, Run It Up with Key Glock, and Checkmate. Those are some of my favorite songs in there. But the whole project is like a very smooth listen from start to finish, man. A lot of people that I've talked to about it has said it's no skips on it, which I can't argue with, man. This is a really dope project, and you can tell he has something to prove. You can tell he has something to prove on here, man. And I do think it's funny because a lot of people, the general consensus on this album that is very, very good. But the funny thing about it is the people on Twitter that I've been seeing who are giving these backhanded compliments, and he's clapping back at all of them. So they're saying like, oh my God, let me go to his page because it's super funny. A lot of like the backhandedness come from Cardi B fans, you know, for the most part. But it's like somebody was like, quiet as it's kept. This Offset album is actually crazy. It's like, why you gotta be quiet about it? This is Offset replying to these people. And then boom, let me find one because this is actually pretty funny, man. He's going back at everybody for these backhanded compliments, man. So boom. So this lady, she posts this Offset with all the greater than symbols, pretty much saying that the Offset album is nice. But then like she has a gif of like a lady hiding. And he's like, don't be incognito, come and vibe twin. And it's so funny like seeing him respond to all these backhanded compliments because like, of course, with him cheating on Cardi B and that entire saga, man, he's public enemy number one, especially with black women. So the fact that he's able to like infiltrate, like get black women on his side by putting out good music is hilarious. It's hilarious. But it's also funny because he ends up talking about the Cardi B situation on the album, on the song Move On. Pretty much said she never cooked, she never cleaned. All she wanted to do was go to Nobu, this, that, and the third. And a lot of people were saying is like expecting the woman that you cheated on to cook and clean for you is crazy. But it's like, hey, maybe that's why he was cheating so much. He was hungry. Maybe he was cheating so much because he was hungry. Maybe if Cardi B made an extra sandwich or two, you know, he'd had the itis. Can't cheat if you sleep. Oh, man. But either way, shout out to Offset, bro. Best solo project that he's put out, man. Really dope project, bro. Zillionaire Doe also dropped a new project, Mr. 14 Months. This one actually goes bananas. Zillionaire Doe, new signee to CMG. Crazy because of what that I'm hyping it up, given what we were talking about earlier. But, let's not be dense, bro. CMG is running the game right now. They got the best artists, the hottest artists in the game. Two things can't be true at once. Anyways, Zillionaire Doe, Mr. 14 Months. This project was hard. I've been listening to it in the gym these past couple days, man. Riding around to it. It's bangers after bangers on here, bro. Some of my favorite songs on here is Another Hit, Can't Miss. Can't Miss is definitely my favorite song off this project. No doubt at all. Texas Boys of Montana 700 is a good one too, but Can't Miss is definitely my favorite Zillionaire Zillionaire Doe song that I've heard so far, man. That shit goes insane. And one of my favorite lines off that song, he says, I invited you to take these trips, but you was acting scary. You should have came with me. And I thought that was a very powerful statement, man, because like in life, especially when we're trying to put our homies on and we got goals and we're trying to reach them, you feel me? We oftentimes try to reach out to people who have like-minded goals, who are trying to achieve the same things as us. It's like, yo, I got a major I got this major opportunity, bro. You should come with me. And, you know, I've seen it time and time again. Niggas get cold feet. And I don't want to, or they got all these excuses, or they scared, and then of course I go out and make it happen. Now is hey, they want to come around when shit's popping off, or want to get involved now that shit's moving. You feel me? Like, no, nigga, I invited you to come out with me when I was trying to put it together, but you was acting scary. You should have came with me. You should have came with me. Maybe I'm reading a little bit too deep into that line, but either way, that whole song is crazy, bro. Shout out to Zillionaire Doe, Mr. 14 Months. Babyface Ray also put out a new project, Codeine Cowboy. Huge Babyface Ray fan. My favorite song off that one is Netflix and Chill. It's just a vibe. The whole album is a vibe, but Netflix and Chill is my favorite song off there. One of my favorite lines off the song, it says, nigga caught me with his hoe and tried to tell my bitch. I just thought that was funny. I fucked your bitch, so you got to snitch on me, nigga? What the fuck? But, oh no, I just thought that shit was funny, man. Shout out Babyface Ray, Doe, and Offset. All good music, man. All good music, bro. But we can go ahead and end it on that note. I know this episode a little bit longer than usual, especially if for me talking about myself. But so if you made it this far, thank you very much for tuning in. If you're listening, make sure you check out all the episodes everywhere you stream your podcast from: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, all the interviews, everything streaming everywhere. If you're watching, thank you for making it this far. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube jazz. Check out all the other episodes. The Goldmouth vlog is still doing numbers. Got another vlog coming at you this week. Gonna be linking up with DJ Zari Ferrari at it's like a fashion car show going on. You'll see it in the vlog. That's coming later on this week, so stay tuned for that. Until next time, is YSN Radio. Make sure, also, please follow us on Instagram and TikTok, YSN Radio, and follow my new personal page. Number 1, Real YSN. Number 1, Real YSN. Number 1, Real YSN. Please and thank you. Oh man, starting up a new getting my Instagram has been it's so not cool, bro. I'll be DJing gigs. I'll try to go live. I can't go live because I don't have 1,000 followers. It's bullshit. Please follow my new page at 1 Real YSN, the number 1 Real YSN. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Anyways, moving on. Make sure you check out the website, ysnradio.com. Until next time, same place. It's the coolest podcast in the South, YSN Radio. Let's go.